Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Theresa coming to you live from Elmwood Park Academy, our classroom. You guys are not here. I miss you guys, and I hope this will all end soon so that we can be back in class together. In the meantime, today, I want to do a little review on counting money, right? Before this whole thing happened, we were learning how to count money. We separated the money into categories, and then we counted using its value. For example, this is a nickel, and we know that nickels are what? Very good, 5 cents. If you said 5 cents, good for you. The nickel is 5 cents, okay? So when we see nickels, we say we count by 5. Remember? And how do we count by 5? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay, and then when we see pennies, this is a penny, remember that? Copper brown and worth what? 1 cent. And so when we see penny, we count by 1. Very good. And this here is a dime. Remember we say dimes are small and thin. And if we really have a real dime in our hand, we will notice that on the side of the dime, there are little ridges or little grooves. And so the side of a dime is rougher than the side of a nickel. The side of a nickel, if you have a nickel in your hand, you will notice that the side of the nickel is smoother. So if you have time, ask mom and dad if you can see a dime and a nickel. I know we had shown that once or twice, but in case you have forgotten, that's not a bad thing to take a look at. Anyway, before that, we counted money in those kind of categories: nickels, dimes, pennies. When we see nickel, we count by 5. For example, okay, let's try and do this. This right here, can you see it? Oh yeah, it's two nickels. You have 1, 2. So if you want to know how much that is, what do you have to do? Count by 5. And so let's count by 5. This is 5, 10. So we have 10 cents. Kind of backward for you. All right. When you come over here, it's pennies. And with pennies, we don't count by 5. We count by 1. So if you look at this, this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is what? 6 cents. Okay? And here is our group of dimes. And we know each dimes are worth 10 cents. So when we count the dimes, we count 10, 20, 30. That makes it what? 30 cents. Okay. Now guys, do you remember us doing that in class? I'm sure you're saying, yes, I do. Wow. Do you remember that we had started mixing some nickel with pennies and mixing some dimes with pennies when we count money? Some of us are doing that very well before we left. Well, we're doing it very well before we left. So today is like a little review on how do you count coin by mixing them. And of course in kindergarten we're not going to mix it by a whole lot, but definitely you should be able to mix a nickel with a penny or a dime with a penny, right? So let's start with a nickel and a penny, okay? If you pretend to look in your pockets and you pull out these two coins, one nickel, one penny, then you have to think, okay, a nickel is 5 cents and a penny is 1 cent. You can't say 5, 10 because that's not a nickel. And you can't say 1, 2 because that's not a penny. You have to kind of add up the value. So here you have 5 cents, right? Here you have 1 cent, okay? So how do we count it together? Let's see who remembers. Madison, do you remember? I know Larry knows how much money this is, and Joshua knows how much money this is. If you said 6 cents, you are correct. Because remember Miss Theresa say we have to count the coin with the higher value. This one is 5 cents, so that value is higher. And then add that coin with the lower value. So you go from 5 to one more. See, 5 cents and one more cents after 5 is 6 cents. Okay, 5, 6. Now, if you have another penny, then you would have to count like this. Let's put it like this so that it can be on the camera. You would have to count 5 cents first because that's the one with the higher value. After 5, you go one more because that's 1 cent. So one more after 5 is 6. And one more after 6 is 7. So here you have how many cents? 7 cents. Again, you have 5, 6, 7. 7 cents. Okay? Did you see how that worked? Okay, let's say you have another coin, another nickel. Let's take this nickel out. Okay? Oops. That's going to be a dirty desk. Let's say you have another nickel. You have to remember that each nickel is 5 cents, right? So you have to count this as 5 and count this as 5. So we have to count by 5. 5, 10. So here we have 10 cents. Now we're going to add in the penny. After 10, because the penny is 1 cent, we go one more, then 2 more. So we have 10, 5, 10. One more is 11. After 10 is 11. One more after 11 is 12. So here you have how many cents? 12 cents. Again, you count 5, 10. One more is 11. One more is 12. You have 12 cents. And 12 cents is written like this. I hope it comes up on the camera correct. See that? And the same is with the dime. Each dime is 10 cents. Remember that? Again, pennies are 1 cent. So let's say you have 1 dime and 2 pennies. Well, let's start with the dime because the dime has a higher value. Value means it has more than a penny. It's worth more than a penny. That small little thing is 10 cents. You need 10 of these to be the same as this one, okay? So then we talked about that many times before. So this is 10 cents, but you can't say this is 20 because this is only one more. So 10 cents, one more after 10 is 11, and one more after 11 is 12. So here you also have 12 cents. See that? And what if you put 3 more? Okay. So then you count, start with the higher value coin, which is the dime, 10 cents. One more after 10 is what? 11, then 12, 13, 14, 15. There you have 15 cents total. Now let's put away all of these coins. What if we have more dimes? Like 3 of them, and then 2 of these pennies. How would we count it? Well, each dime has a value of 10 cents. So we here have 3 dimes, so we must count them by 10. So here, 10, 20, 30. See that? Now, from 30, we got 2 pennies. Each has a value of 1 cent. So you don't go up 10. You can't say 40, 50. That wouldn't make sense. You have to go one more than 30. So you have 10, 20, 30. What's one more after 30? 31. What's one more after 31? 32. So here on this table, we have how many cents? 32 cents. Now, they don't write it like that, but Miss Teresa's hand is kind of twisted. But 32 cents, you see? So, I hope you guys try and ask mom and dad for some money, some coins, nickels, dimes, and pennies, and try to do different combinations to practice. Remember, if you can't count money, you can't be rich. And I know Tulene there, she loves to be rich, she said, and she's very good at counting money. And I think it's good if you guys practice it while we still have this time away from each other, okay? Well, bye. See you later.